think I got a lot to say. I got a lot to offer. So, yeah, that's it.
You got a lot to say, a lot to offer.
No real big ambitious plans for 2019.
Well, that's kind of ambitious. It's kind of is. Yeah, I'd say so. Speaking of staying good health and all that good stuff, you try athlete?
Yeah,
tell me about that.
It's awesome. So triathlons, swimming, biking, and running. I actually grew up swimming competitively.
Okay.
I swam for DC's swim team, which is run by Parks and Recs.
Okay.
So I learned how to swim in DC pools. You know, it's an amazing team. It's called DC Wave now.
Okay.
So it's great. It's a great program. A lot of Black, Latino, women. Like, it's a very diverse swim club, which, you know, for anyone that knows much about the swimming space, you don't see much of that. You don't see many melanated folks in that space. So I stopped swimming for like 10 years, and then I got back into it, and so I continue to swim now. Definitely try to stay in shape, you know, healthy, you know, staying healthy, eating healthy, all that kind of stuff. It's important, right? You know, you look at...
I'm no good at it, but I think so.
Everything in moderation. So, you know, I do have my vices when it comes to food. But, like, you know, I think we can all live, like, really healthy, long lives. You know, and food is a big part of that. So.
It sure is.
But, yeah, I got into triathlons. Interestingly enough, I got into it back in 2011. My boss at the time was a triathlete, and he used to encourage his employees to run with him. And so I'm like, hey, this gets me out of the office for an hour. Let me give this a shot. And you know, it started out as kind of like a once a week thing, turned into a couple times a week. Then I signed up for a 5K. I did the Marine Corps Marathon here in DC. Then I injured my leg, just like one of those like running, no, just like a running injury, just from like the impact. You know, if you run a lot, sometimes you could, you know, mess with like, it might mess with your knees or your feet. So anyway, so I kind of injured my leg from so much running, and the doctor was like, look, man, you have to stay off like the running for like 6, 7, 8 months. So I'm like devastated because I'm like super into running at the time. And I'm like, man, what can I do? I don't want to just sit at home. And I'm like, you know what? I know how to swim. I get back into the pool. And so that's when I got back into the pool. And then at that point, it's like, I know how to ride a bike. So you just put all three together.
Right.
And then I signed up for like my first triathlon in Delaware. And then I was able to continue. I did a half Ironman in Puerto Rico and in Guatemala. And then I did a full Ironman, which is like 140 miles in Nice, France.
Wow.
So, and I've done a couple other small ones since then, but it's definitely, I mean, it's like, you know, it's like all in with that kind of stuff. You're doing like really intense training. You got to be on like a strict kind of regimented diet, your sleep, etc. A lot goes into it, especially when you're doing an Ironman.
Right.
But since then, you know, it's all about maintenance for me. He's doing something, staying active.
Do you plan on doing another one?
Definitely want to do one. Again, a full Ironman just requires so much training and time. It's almost like a 4 or 5 month commitment for that kind of stuff. But like the smaller, you know, races, you can, you know, as long as you kind of stay healthy and stay training, you can do those. But yeah, definitely sign up for races.
Do you like to challenge yourself in that way?
Yeah, it's like, you know, you've got a competitive nature with it. I grew up playing sports too. Baseball, basketball, soccer. And so it's fun though. You know, you're out there, it's like hundreds, if not thousands of people. And everyone's giving it their all. So it's a mutual respect too with everyone, because it's like, look, I know you've been training 3-4 hours a day for the last half year, you know, to get to this point. So.
And that's what it required about that?
Yeah, I mean, when I did the full Ironman, it was like I'd swim from pretty much Monday through Friday. I'd swim like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And then I do like either like a noon run or bike ride, and then like a soft kind of swim in the evening. So yeah, it add up to 3 or 4 hours a day. I mean, it was like really intense. And then on the weekends, you've got more time.
Right.
On a Saturday, you could do like a 7-hour ride.
Okay.
You know, like you get out there, it gets intense.
Yeah. I did a half of a marathon 5 years ago. Maybe it was longer than that. I think maybe 8 years ago. I still want credit for it though. And one of my close friends, she trained for it a lot harder than I did. So I just really thought I was going to go out there and just do it, right? I mean, I didn't die. And I didn't lose. I wasn't the last one. But it was a great feeling to have accomplished that. It was a great feeling. I wouldn't do it again, and I'm done at this point. But I remember how great it felt. It was, whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good to, like, you've got this finish line that you want to cross, right? Whether it's through a competition or whether it's a personal goal or, a goal at work. When you finally reach it, knowing that you put in so much work and time and effort, it's a great feeling to, like, finally, cross the finish line. So, yeah, my mom's a big runner, too. So, yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun to be out there with, like, a whole bunch of people, just, in this, like, competitive, like, spirit and environment. And, everyone's, it's like a very, very, there's a lot of camaraderie in that space. Like, people cheering you on, pushing you on, because, like, you ran a half marathon. It's hard work. You're stopping sometimes, like, man, why am I doing this? Why did I sign up for this? And having people there encouraging you, come on, you're almost there, it's just like a really cool, fun environment to be in.
For those people who follow you on social media, what do you think they think about you?
I don't know. I would say that I guess what makes me a little bit more unique is just that I've been to so many places. Like I'm really like determined to see as much as I can in the world. Like I'm just completely fascinated by world history, world culture. I majored in history, so I'm like that nerd who's at home watching the History Channel. Like that stuff really fascinates me. But people, I don't know. I mean, I think some folks value what I have to say around politics. Some people like the experiences that I share, the places that I go to. I would hope that people have positive outlook on who I am as a person. So.
Yeah, that was the next question. What would you like them to think about you?
Someone who.
Try this. It's really good. Please, yeah. It's a little spicier than I thought it was going to be, but it's good. It's worth it.
Let's see if this is good.
It is good.
I think I'd want people to view me as someone with a big heart who cares, who's passionate about stuff, like who's got a voice, who has some input, someone who has something to say, and someone who brings a lot to the table. I like to. My activism and my foray into politics started as a teenager, and so speaking out against police harassment and speaking up on issues that affected young people. I was an advocate as a teenager, and so I think I've been pretty consistent in always kind of standing on the side of the people and pushing policymakers to do what's right. And then at the same time, look, I'm a young guy in the city, and got some Washingtonian swag on me, and to go out and have a good time. I'm in an incredible fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. Shout out to the Noobs. So yeah, I would hope that people have a good outlook on me, but it's like you can't let that affect you too, because people have said some really negative things about me as well. But I've been attacked a lot in local media around politics, just on people that I've supported. just all types of stuff. But you know, you can't let that stuff affect you. You just got to keep moving forward and let the work speak for itself.
I'm not sure how I end up following you initially, but I would get that out of that. Absolutely. I see that you have a voice. I'm intrigued by your travel, and I can live vicariously through it. You know, I have my own agenda. I get to go to Italy and Switzerland this year, so I'm excited about that. It's going to take me a while to catch up with you, but I can try. I can always try. But yeah, I do get that from you, and that's why I was interested in interviewing you, because while I'm doing this 100 Strangers project, I am looking just for interesting people. You know what I mean? And just to see how people live, make connections, make friends, support people, strangers in any way I can. And most of the time, you were one of few that I've actually asked to do it. In most cases, people have asked me if they could participate because people have things they want to say. And if you want to say, you know, something's on your mind and you want to talk to me who's a stranger to you, I think it deserves some sort of listen. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And so I appreciate you doing this.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Time.
No, anytime.
I know you're a busy dude.
It's all good. You know, I've been following